Hi, it's June 16th. New moon was this morning at 7 o'clock local time. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about the energies. The sun, the moon, and Mars are all in Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury or Hermes or Thoth. So it's a very heady, introspective sort of time. And when you conjoin the new moon with Mars, you've got this sort of warrior god goddess coming up who wants to be heard. So you may find yourself voicing your truth much more adamantly than usual. I know that for some of us that seems impossible, but know that you do need to be heard at this time. Also, remember that anger is simply a call to action. It's an important tool by which you know yourself and by which others know you. And if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling extremely frustrated and you feel like voicing your truth, ask yourself, what is it that I'm being called to action for, and what is that action? You know, it may not have to be presented as anger. It can simply be presented as truth. Mercury has gone direct, but we're still in his shadow. And it will be there until the 27th. So it's still important to act very consciously, to communicate very consciously, to work with your electronics very consciously. Perhaps even more so in the shadow. I find that electronics are especially sensitive to the shadow. Neptune is in retrograde, Saturn is in retrograde, and Saturn is pairing up with Chiron to help us release old patterns of thought and of speech. So again, you don't have to voice your anger in your old ways. Think of new ways of expressing yourself. We've got solstice coming this weekend. And at the same time as solstice is happening, Venus enters her pre-shadow phase of going retrograde. She won't actually be retrograde until July 25th, but she is starting to slow down. And so any issues that are Venus themed, so love, money, pleasure, creativity, express those slowly. If you are feeling rushed to express or deal with or act on anything Venus themed, stop and let it be a signal to examine your motivation. This is a good time to examine your motivation in general, but especially when it comes to matters of the heart and matters of passion. And matters of beauty too, so this may not be the time to get the extreme haircut, I don't know. With solstice coming, we're very vulnerable to those changes. Our bodies are keyed into those seasonal changes, and so it's an important thing to honor what it is your body is telling you. If you need to rest, rest. If there are specific foods your body is craving, pay attention to that. In the Northern Hemisphere, we're certainly going to be more interested in eating very fresh foods. I find that solstice is a crunchy time for me. I like crunchy things, so crunchy vegetables, that sort of thing. Fruit too. But don't let yourself get overloaded. I know that social calendars in the summer can be very full, but this is a time to make sure that you're getting enough rest. There's a lot of slowdown happening. You've got Neptune in retrograde, you've got Saturn in retrograde, you've got Venus getting ready to retrograde, and we're still coming out of the retrograde on Mercury. So take things slowly, deliberately, pare down your to-do list, really consider what your priorities are and what really needs to get done today. This may be the next few weeks a good time to let some things go or to delegate. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon.